welcome to sunny Case High School for a historic day in Swansea Community Network. I'll explain why in just a moment. Tyler Clarkar with Kerry McElroy. We're going to bring you today, Kerry, the first ever broadcast lacrosse game in the history of Case High School. And we're going to bring it to you right here today. It's not live, but historic, even though it's JV, but it's still lacrosse for Case High School as they take on the Old Colony Cougars coming into this game.
I am so excited, really. It's a beautiful day, Tyler, and we've got some real talent on the field. Don't know much about Old Colony right now, but we've got some really, really incredible athletes in the Case side. So I'm excited to see them play.
I did place a call to the Old Colony athletic director earlier on today. I know it was sort of the last minute. He did not answer the phone. I did not get a reply to the message that I left. So unfortunately, I could not get a lot of information about them. They are sending their JV team out here. I'll be totally upfront and transparent before the broadcast. It's the first time I've ever done a lacrosse game. Kerry, I think the first time you've ever done a lacrosse game as well. You know a little bit more than I do. My friend and yours, especially of the channel, Brady Kudo, is very skilled in lacrosse now, done a number of games at college level. He wasn't around, so here I am instead today. I'm going to go over a few things. You might have seen the tail end of it. The officials have to check the lacrosse sticks, the nets, to make sure
the cradles.
The ball cannot be totally beneath the beam in the cradle, because if it is, then the net is too big and you can't use it. So it has to be a shallow stick. I'm going to go over a few things with you quickly before we start. You'll see when they go on the field. There's 10 players on a lacrosse side for each team. A goalie, 3 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackers. Each goal, you can see it on the left and right side of your screen, or when our director Adam Kitchen moves the camera, about 6 feet wide, 6 feet tall. Obviously, the goal is simple. You want to take the ball and you want to get it into the opposing team's net, and the team with the more points wins at the end of the game. There are no ties in lacrosse. If the game is tied, it goes to overtime until a winner is declared. There's the area you can see. There's a circular section around the goal. That is called the crease. You cannot be in the crease. If you are in the crease and you score, the goal is disallowed and the other team gets the ball. As a result, in the opposing team at any point, as I said, cannot step into the crease. You'll notice that we are playing the game on the Case High School football field. That's intentional. Here's why. The field is about 110 yards from one side to the other. They do play soccer here. This is the first time I ever remember a spring team using this field here, really for any reason. They took off the football lines as a result. About 60 yards wide. You'll see it's not really a complete football field wide. You can see the chalk lines out there as well. The defenders and attackers, you'll see they have to stay on their own side of the field, so that means the defenders cannot play. For example, if Emma Plant, long-time field hockey member, is a defender, she is not allowed to score unless she changes positions mid-game. And midfielders can go both ways. They can kind of go on either side. We did get a roster for Old Colony before the game started. I want to let you know I have not had time to transcribe the roster. The roster is alphabetical, and Case's roster is in great order, which is also not numeric. When you're broadcasting, you always want it to be numerically, and that's not really the same here. The players are going to battle here at the beginning to get possession of the ball to get this started. Kerry, I'm excited. I am really excited. I mean, it was a great job, Tyler. I was an official for lacrosse many moons ago. I'm sure some rules have changed, but it's a nice combination of soccer and field hockey. You're right. That's pretty much what it is, and a number of players out on the Case High team, familiar names from field hockey. Notable names to name a few: Maeve Richardson, Emma Plant. To name a few of them: Maura Richardson, Iris Carrero, Avery Plant. Pretty similar. Again, this is the first year that Case has ever had a lacrosse team. Before, the options for girls in the spring were either track, tennis, or softball. Softball, highly competitive. You have to be extremely skilled to get onto that roster. But anyway, as we get started, Case with a good drive. Shot is scored! There it is. Nice. Already off to a quick start. Number 12, freshman Kelsey Farrell with the opening goal for Case. That was very fast, Kerry. That was, yeah, really nice. Yep, she cradled it really great. I love the dribbling skills. Kelsey's actually been playing for a couple of years now, I think. I work with her dad, Dave, and she's not necessarily new to the sport. So, no. And that shows in her movement off the field. There. That was great. So Case off to a very very quick start. We're going to play 4 quarters here, 2 halves. Take a quick break at halftime here. We'll keep going in between the quarters here.
Just like field hockey.
Swansea Community Network, very similar to field hockey. We'll take a brief break at that time. So Farrell off to a very fast start there for Case. If you pay careful attention as you go down, you'll notice that the defenders have larger sticks. You are allowed to have 4 of those excessively long sticks on each end. Another interesting rule with lacrosse, I'll go over. You are allowed to go behind the goal. Soccer, field hockey, you can't go behind the goal. In lacrosse, you can. It's actually a strategy, and you can kind of poke that right around the net if you really wanted to. There are still fouls. You can't have egregious swinging of the stick. You can't have slashing. You can make contact with another player's stick. You can check as long as your hands are together on the stick as well, just to name a few things going on. In case another goal is scored.
Nice, yeah. Number 10, yeah.
It looks like number 10 for the Cardinals.
Abby Vallis.
Abby Vallis. And very quickly, and actually a bit surprisingly, already 2-0 Cardinals. We've only been here for a matter of minutes. And the girls are already off to a fast start, so Vallis and Farrell with the first 2 goals. It's 2-0 Case, pretty much right out of the chute here.
Yeah, and it's so exciting to have coaches. We've got Coach Kendra Walters as an art teacher here, and we've got assistant coach Ellie Roberts, who is our head basketball coach. So we get lots of folks with, we got our head coach for field hockey is doing the clock, along with Casey Martell and Anthony Palladino, our AD. Is
yeah,
also.
we have that. I see that down there. JV coach for the Old Colony Cougars is Lauren McGowan. Their head coach is Katie Cashman.
Comes Emma Plant. Ooh.
Plant with the shot in front of the net, saved by the Old Colony goalie. So that's the first save, really, so far for the Cougars. That's Jaden Antao in the goal for Old Colony to stoppage of play. If there's a discussion going on the field, I'm going to be very honest. I'll have absolutely no idea what it's about. I have no way to hear that.
Well, once they get into the scoring position, only so many players can move into that crease. I think, you said that, Tyler. That is correct. So once you get over the 30-yard line, only so many players can actually be part of that crease.
Right. There's a stop. The officials are actually going to come and discuss here. I think a violation may have been committed. Old Colony is pointing towards the Case side. Again, I have no idea what this is about.
Interesting to note, too, while we're waiting for the officials to make a decision here, girls and boys lacrosse, very, very different. You might have noticed if you've seen lacrosse has gotten so popular. Our gentlemen play with helmets, upper body pads. They can kind of body up against each other. As the girls, very different. Not the contact is not the same. So
I would say lacrosse is a sport that has certainly increased in popularity the last few years. There was very few schools around here that actually had lacrosse teams. You're seeing more of that. You know what it is quite frankly, there's so many great athletes and they're just kind of being sandwiched in only a limited number of sports options, and now they're trying to explore and get more.
It was big on the Cape, Tyler, but it's kind of moved this way a little bit. So.
And Old Colony, after all that, will take control of the ball. Weaving through is going to be Olivia Pavo, number 2. She still has it, finally flicks it up, stolen by Plant there around the half court or midfield mark. Case is winless on the season, looking for their first victory. I have no idea what Old Colony's roster is. Plant still with the ball.
She's looking good, moving in, making some cuts.
She's swarmed by about 4 Cougars. And finally the ball is controlled by Old Colony. Coming the other way, ball is dropped. Plant is about a foot taller than everybody else in that field right now. Pretty easy to see where she is at all times.
If you notice, she can hit the cradle from underneath. If you notice, she did that, but they can't hit down forward on someone's.
And Plant with it again on the far side. Again, this is JV matchup for both teams. Maeve Richardson with it, backing in, swarm, shot
nice
on
shot,
goal,
yeah.
and
a score.
And scores. Let's make it 3, Kerry. 3-0.
That was great.
Already.
I know.
I don't think the ball has at any point even been down the other end of the goal. So Maeve Richardson picks up her first Score of the game, Farrell, Vallis, and Richardson with 3 scores so far for the Cardinals is already 3-0. Very, very fast start.
Yeah, it moves really fast. I'm loving it too. And the grass is nice and the grass is nice and short, so it really doesn't matter too much. It's not like field hockey where if you get divots and.
Went out there in the mid field mark. She was battling with Marissa Dean of the Cougars. And Case once again controls it. Very quickly moving down. Richardson has it again on the far side. Gets it in. Looking good pass. Stopped by the Cougars though.
Looking for Julia Lopes there.
Dribbling coming on. Cougars finally get the ball over the midfield mark. They're driving down. This is an excellent possession going on. I believe that was Dean that had it. It's very hard to see numbers from up here. It was actually number 18, excuse me. That was Peyton Figueredo. Old Colony with their first good look here at the net. Number 1, Roddy Putagano. Gets it over to Kyla Troop, stolen by Case. I have to say, Carrie, there's a good amount of fans here in the stands as well, supporting these girls out here, which we love to see.
For this historic event.
For this historic,
yes.
they knew it was us too. They knew it would be broadcast. Actually, they had no idea. Is this actually the first home game they've had?
I'm not sure on that. I'm thinking so because with the weather has really been kind of a factor.
We were supposed to do one earlier on in the season, but it was a Tuesday game, but it rained so much on the Monday the field was unplayable. They ended up moving it to the other team.
I think that's this game, Tyler.
Is it this game?
I think it was Old Colony.
It was Old Colony. So we have a penalty shot. It looks like as Case gets in, the ball is swatted from behind and saved. We did have a violation on that as I'm trying to keep up with the rules.
Julia Lopes got stripped on that one.
Cougars coming the other way. Still, it's quite a possession going on.
Maeve Richardson playing some great defense here.
It's number 2 for the Cougars. That's Pavo and out of bounds. I'm going to have to. When we have a break, I'm gonna have to write this in numerical order. As I got the roster so quickly so soon before the game started, that I didn't have time to really do it for either team. Gianna Botello, number 3 for the Cardinals.
Looking really
with
fast.
a good drive. Here she goes inside. She's gonna get the shot off, and it goes a little wide though.
Yeah.
But
she got hit. Yep.
She got hit a little bit, but she did make a great drive. That ball, by the way, you can see down there, that's still a live ball. That is not out of bounds yet. Anybody can pick it up. One of the Old Colony players goes down.
Yeah, they have
rosters are going to blow
5 yards behind the goal. So now, there is a boundary. They can't, there is a boundary there. But
yeah, you can see it. It's kind of a yard or two in front of the goalpost. Cardinals with another excellent look. And anytime Case drives in, they're pretty much immediately swarmed.
Yeah, and Abby Vallis trying again.
Vallis did pick up the second goal of the game so far for the Cardinals. You can see, too, clearly the goalie net is so much larger than the average players. It's basically a basket back there, which, again, is intentional. Cougars driving, but Case, look at that staunchy defense from the Cardinals, swatted from behind. It's a great play. That was Julia Lopes knocked that out. It looks like the Cougars have it back. That's Pavo. She's going to flick that up to number 4 had that ball. I don't see her on our roster. There she is, Cassie Summer, as she fights over there with the Case defender, Kaylin Hayter, one of 2 seniors, along with Maeve Richardson on this roster, by the way. No captains for the Cardinals, because everyone's kind of on equal playing field here, so that certainly makes sense.
It's Janaea Porras from field hockey, another name we've heard, right?
We've pretty much said the entire field hockey roster at this point is going out here and doing. Porras still with the ball as she dribbles. You do have to see they have to sway the net back and forth with the dribbling motion. Porras still driving, just like she did in field hockey. Tried to get that into Plant. Ball on the ground, scooped up. That's control. That's Richardson right there. And flicked behind, nothing there. Porras has it again. Old Colony there for the stop. And they finally do have it back. That's Marissa Dean, number 10, coming up the near side to us. Dean loses the ball.
Yeah, and they can scoop it up. It can touch their feet. I mean, they can. You're not supposed to kick it, but if it gets kicked, it's not really a big deal.
No, they can just keep on going with it.
Yep, as long as they scoop it back up. Unlike field hockey.
This is quite a drive by the Cougars. That was number 14, Ashley Marcelino. Ball knocked away. And looks like a violation going to be called on the Cougars in case we'll get the ball. And here they come now.
This,
number 4
again. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry, number 4. Yep.
That was Gauthier.
Yep.
Abby Gauthier, number 4. There's number 12 for the Cardinals as I'm learning these players.
Kelsey,
It's Kelsey Farrell, who scored almost immediately in the game. She's driving again.
Oh.
High shot and just over the net. I'm not sure if she was shooting, if she was looking for number 17, Adara Albritton. Is it Albritton?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's a player I'm not as familiar with. Not a gal I have in class yet.
No. So you teach most of these girls then, right?
Yes, yep. I don't have a lot of freshmen this year, so yeah,
No,
okay, that's nice.
Well, that's a name that you learn on the field.
I know. I'm going to be looking her up now.
Cougars driving down now themselves. Number 18, that's Figueredo. The plant goes down. And it looks like a violation might be called. I'm not sure on who.
Iris Carrero just came in the game.
And it looks like a violation on the Cougars. Carrero in. Long pass that was up looking for Lopes. Shouldn't have saved that before it goes out of bounds. 3-0 Cardinals as we still play the first of 4 quarters. Lopes looking to drive. Shot, a goal, and it is in!
Nice, Julia Lopes. Junior Julia Lopes. Well, they're making it, they're really spreading the wealth a little bit, Tyler. I like that.
I am very impressed so far. Lopes with a shot from pretty far out, too, I might add. And that'll make it 4. I also have absolutely no idea about the time left in each quarter.
I know, it's tough for us to see it. Yep.
We can't. You can probably see it. Maybe Adam Kitchen can zoom in at some point where Anthony Palladino is seated at the half-court mark.
We're behind it,
There's
I know.
a very small screen that I cannot see.
We need binoculars, huh? Yeah.
I can certainly try. And just Kinks has it again driving down. This is Plant. She's still driving. She thought about going any further. She did not, though. Plant still has the ball. Quick pass up to Lopes. Lopes with the shot and swatted away. Good play by the goalie. And Antau for the Cougars.
Interesting part for us is calling us the ball back is, if you've got a team that's got a varsity and a JV squad, you're going to see these are their athletes that are learning. For us, these are our top athletes. So you can see
it's our top athletes, but they're learning a new sport.
Absolutely.
Oh. Tough and a 3-2-1 countdown with an air horn.
Okay.
So that'll do it for the first quarter. Carrie, 4-0 Cardinals so far.
Amazing on this historic day. I'm just looking up for us to take a look at a little bit about the top 20 teams in Massachusetts right now,
please.
Tyler, because I thought, it would give us a little bit. They are mostly down the Cape. So if you look at Notre Dame of Hingham, Lincoln Sudbury, Cohasset, Duxbury, and then you've got some teams of Foxborough. You get some teams up north, King Philip from the Hockomock, Central Catholic, Concord Carlisle, Walpole. So, those are the top 20 teams right now in girls lacrosse in Massachusetts. So they're kind of all over, but mostly down the Cape-ish, so down Route 3. But overall, a good day.
Hingham is a small town up near Boston, like kind of southeast of Boston. So let me preface this, like I said before. High school lacrosse is common around the country, just not in southeastern Massachusetts. We just never really saw it much really around here. That just no teams really had the program. So this is exciting for the first year, and again, they've played, I'm not sure, 3 or 4 games so far. They didn't have a large schedule this year, especially only playing JV. They're going to hopefully switch to varsity next year and return all but 2 players, it would appear.
Yeah, and weather has played a role, too, in what they've had.
It has been a very, very wet spring. In fact, and Adam Kitchen can attest that this is only the 3rd broadcast game that we've had for Swansea Community Network due to these weather issues so far. 1 softball, 1 baseball, and now this. So it's kind of a perfect storm of bad weather and meetings and other things going on that we haven't been able to bring you the games. But we're hoping to bring you, there's 1 more home game scheduled for later on in May. We're hoping to be able to bring you that. The Swansea Community Network, which again, we thank you for your support, whether you're watching this on YouTube or on the local Community Network channel. We thank you for your support. As I said when I did the last baseball game, I've been part of this network for a number of years. I was a graduate here 2009. I was a cameraman for a while. Again, we never did lacrosse, although the most unusual thing I remember filming years ago was gymnastics. We would film the gymnastics meets because that's before Case. They share a partnership with, I think, 3 or 4 schools now. When it was
That's
just
a co-op team.
Case, they just had it here, and the meets are no longer at the high school. So we used to film this, but this is unusual for me, and I'm loving it so far. As I said, 4-0.
Yeah.
Scores by Farrell, Vallis, Richardson, and Lope so far.
I know.
Quickly putting Case out to a 4-0 lead.
With quite a few shots by Emma Plant, too. Yep.
Emma Plant's been certainly a force in there. So we'll bring you the second quarter here. We'll take a brief break for halftime, which again for you at home will be about a 2-second break. It'll probably be about a 10-15 minute break for us here. Then the power of editing. You won't see much of that. It's not as yesterday was warm. We did baseball. Yesterday was quite warm. It's not as warm today. It's very nice. It's breezy. And first time in years I've been up in the press box. We haven't filmed football since about 2019, maybe early 2021. We did 1 or 2 spring games here. So I haven't been up here in a while. So this is a good vantage point here for me. And
yeah,
Carrie, I'm glad that I have you here as well. It helps for you because obviously I'm not involved actively with the school anymore. I just do Swansea Community Network games. You work here, so you teach or you're familiar with these students, and if you don't know them, then you're going to get to know them at some point by virtue of you teach computer classes. Computer science, you're right, very good.
Yeah, look, there are a few. I think lacrosse, we're going to see it really kind of grow a little bit in the South Coast right now. We have Dighton, Rehoboth, and Fairhaven on our roster. So, hopefully, and I'm sure I'm missing some. There are probably more. Somerset Berkeley also has.
As we're talking, Emma Plant, and she just missed that. I didn't want to interrupt you there, but she got it right in front of the net. She has it again. Case has spent so much time down there. Plant, it's high and score!
Ooh, did she get one finally?
That's Maura Richardson, number 18, picks up the goal. Plant had the assist.
So if they switch sides like volleyball. They switched after the quarter here. Boy, they have really everybody's had a chance to get in net. I love it, Tyler. On this inaugural day.
I was expecting a very low-scoring game. I think every single field hockey game we did this year was 1-0.
No, lacrosse tend to be high-scoring games. Yeah. They really do. Coach Kendra Walters sending in all kinds of players. Awesome. We just had another crew of 4 come in.
And that'll make it 5-0 Cardinals. I'm beyond impressed so far with this. This would be a good keepsake, especially if they can keep this up.
Looks like the old bully in field hockey. They're holding the ball and they throw it up, and it looks similar to
when they run with the ball. It looks like they're just violating rules, but that's just how you play. I know if you've never seen field hockey, so if you're watching this because your daughter or your niece or just interested in field hockey in general, I understand that it looks odd. It's not like any sport that you're probably used to watching, and that's kind of by design. It's its own unique sport. Cougars had a good look, but it's actually knocked away by Case. That was number 2, Cassidy Blair.
Sophomore Cassidy
in on
Blair.
that.
Yeah.
She had the field hockey team as well?
No, I believe she's a volleyball player.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the freeness of it, Tyler. You know what I mean? I really do. I love, I think the girls do too. I'm sensing that. There's a lot of great energy here today.
It's like a penalty shot for the Cougars. Finally, good look for them. It's Ashley Marcelino, number 14. And it's saved, though, by Case. I have not given a shout-out to the Case goalie yet.
Yeah, it's Avery, yeah.
Avery, well, of course it's Avery Plant. I looked at who it was, and who else would it be, honestly? Avery Plant, who is an excellent field hockey goalie, by the way, as you know anyway. Cardinals once again with a drive down the other end. That's Maura Richardson. She just scored the last goal. Has it now behind the net. Looking to pass, does so. Pass was not totally online. It's stolen by the Cougars. Taking it right back, though, by Case. Bit of a scrum. The Cougars now control it. Coming up the far side, I can't see the number. I think it was number 14. I think that's Marcelino. And whistle, and it's going to go to the Cougars. It's a team we don't really know a lot about. We don't face Old Colony in a lot of sports. We see they pop up occasionally in some things.
They're in the Mayflower League, I think.
They are Mayflower, so they play Westport. They play teams based out of that way. They're a smaller school.
Yeah.
And a whistle. And it looks like the Cougars are going to get a penalty shot. It's going to be Marcelino again. She took the last one, did not get it. Plant is ready. Marcelino, and she gets in and scores.
Yeah.
So Marcelino, junior Ashley Marcelino for the Cougars, was actually listed as a defenseman. That's interesting.
And here comes Abby Vallis again, coming back in, and Gianna Botello, sophomores and juniors, taking Emma Plant, giving a little break, and Janaea Porras coming off for a little break. It's nice that Coach Walters has tons of players here to sub in and out.
I'm actually impressed at how large the roster is, but of course.
And how quality, yeah.
But they also benefit, I must say, from not having two teams to feed players into. They're all JV.
Correct, yeah.
So it works out. Anyway, Ashley Marcelino picks up the first goal of the game for the Cougars. That makes it 5-1.
Maura Richardson fighting here for it.
Still in the second quarter. I have no idea how much time is left. I'll just keep talking until they blow the air horn again. Richardson with a long drive. The shot high. Just over the net. Had a good look at it, though.
I think it's running time, just like field hockey again. It rarely, I think the time rarely stops, Tyler, unless it's injury time by the officials or a timeout.
I think with soccer, you see the extra time given. It's like, well, it seems like arbitrary how much time, sometimes how much time the referees just want to give at points. But actually, that was a foul. I think a violation, so it's going to be a foul shot here.
Maura's got it. Yeah.
Maura's got a foul shot coming for the Cardinals. I think that's one of their first, if not their first, foul shot so far of the game. And there's the whistle. Richardson's shot is saved by the goalie right into the net. Controlled by Antow.
I think Maura's 18 in field hockey, too. Sounds familiar, but...
Well, I'm curious the uniforms that they have for lacrosse. Are these actual lacrosse?
Yeah, no, these are different. Yeah, these are brand new. Yep.
Okay, so these are, they actually purchased lacrosse uniform. Okay, got it.
Yep. Which was
and
nice.
What a stop. What a great, excellent play coming down for the Cardinals now.
Gianna Botello flying.
Botello, shot and... off the side of the net. We thought it was a goal. It did not go in. That hit the side of the net. So no goal, but a good look from Botello. Here comes Pavo, number 2. Gets it up. That's number 1.
19 is Izzy Catini.
Ronnie Putagano controlling it for the Cougars. If I say your name wrong and you watch this, I'm sorry.
Interesting that a vocational school too has got lacrosse. That's that's good to see for Old Colony. Sometimes the vocational schools struggle to field teams, particularly for girls. So it's nice.
I'm not sure who else Case has on their roster. The Max Preps page was not up to date. In fact, because it's a JV team that's not even on Max Preps. I did try to look that up last night. See who else that they would be having this year. Abby Vallis, number 10, with a long drive. The shot and wide.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the being a JV game, that each of these quarters is probably 12 and a half minutes. But or 10 minutes in that range. Oh.
And a goal scored as we're talking there.
Yep.
It looks like that was number
Gauthier, is it?
9, Riley Doherty.
Oh, Riley Doherty, yep.
Riley Doherty picks up the goal.
I couldn't see. I'm sorry. There, she turned away. Yeah, there was Gauthier was in there, but she
we were
wasn't,
talking about
she didn't score.
quarter lengths. And it's 6-1. Looks like a substitution. Number 22, Kaylin Hayter's in. 23, Kylie Cabral is out.
Yeah, it's just a really fun today for the girls. I can just tell that.
Doherty's celebrating on the sideline over there. She's very happy with Emma Plant. I mean, I don't blame her. She just scored. There's 6 goals scored by 6 different girls, I might add.
Yeah.
Another excellent look for Case as they drive again. Number 10,
Abby.
the shot by Vallis is knocked down and looks like a foul. That referee out there does a great job of explaining every call to them and why it was made.
Always a good thing.
Well, you know, sometimes as a long time, did you referee lacrosse games?
Yes, yeah.
As a lacrosse, or especially field hockey, you know, players get fired up. They lash out at you. It's nothing to do with you. It's just you happen to be the person there that made the call, and then you just calmly explain to them exactly what happened. They usually can calm right down after that.
Right. Well, yeah, we hope so.
Sometimes.
Well, both move so fast, Tyler.
Yeah.
It's tough. There's not a lot of time for people to argue. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't be touching her. Yep.
Yeah. So
Abby was. Yep. Oh, we got the ball back. See how they can body a little bit.
You can. You can.
Yeah.
I wrote that
like
down.
in soccer. Yeah. I mean, you can't hip check, but they can kind of body a little bit.
You can't hit from behind.
Yeah.
You can make contact. You can.
Over. Yeah. You can't come over and hit her.
If your hands
stick.
are together on the stick, you can check the player. I mean, this is allowed. It's lacrosse.
Well, you can try to pop the ball out from underneath of the cradle. Yeah.
You can do more than it would appear on the surface. Excellent stop there by Case.
Yeah. Is that Gianna Botello?
Number 3, that's Botello, I believe, and she drives all the way down herself.
Fast.
And she's still going. They actually have an advantage right now for players if she keeps it going. She runs out of gas, though. And then she flips that up to number 5. That's Sierra Arujo.
Izzy Catini, nice.
Catini, number 19, with it now. As she drives, the shot is wide. And it's out of bounds. Number 17 controlled that for Case. I don't have her on my... Oh, is it 19? No, it's 17.
Yeah, for a nice day, there's quite a few people out here. Nice.
Oh, there is number 17. It's Albritton again. I'm sorry. The player that you don't know.
Yes, yep, the freshman. Yeah, I don't know many of the freshmen here. Let's see.
Well, freshmen at Case don't take computer science classes, do they?
There's some. I just don't have any of these gals. Nope, no, I don't have any of them. No.
So Case actually has a penalty shot up here coming. Is Albritton going to be the one that shoots that? I think she is. And
she probably has to start behind the crease.
There she goes, and she is, and she loses the handle as the Cougars come in to poke that away. It's controlled by Antow. Feeds it behind the net now. That's Pavo coming up the far side. Now you're us. Still running Case defense. Look at that. That's suffocating defense. Actually, that was number 8. Excuse me. Jasmine Martins with it. Now Case has the ball back. It's Catini, number 19. Feeds it to Botello. Botello going to reset.
Yep, the speediness from soccer of Gianna Botello, junior Gianna Botello.
This is Gauthier. Gets the pass over to
Catini.
Catini again. Catini drives. Nothing there. Gets it back out. This is a great possession for Case. They're not forcing anything. They're being very patient. Gauthier at the top. 3 minutes left. Thank you, Anthony Palladino.
I know the clock's we're behind the clock. That's why.
To make sure that your scorekeeper is
Seems
reliable.
like there's just as many penalty shots as there are corners. It's kind of like a corner-like structure here. I'm sensing.
Getting used to these rules so far as well as we go.
Yep.
Cardinals, this isn't a penalty shot. This is a corner. As they try to get this in, they will. Lobs it up in front of the net, controlled by the Cougars, though, now knocked away. Now scooped up by Old Colony.
Squeezed.
Number 4, Cassie Summer. Boy, this Case defense is suffocating.
Yeah.
Every time the Cougars get it, they're just right there. They have scored 1 goal, but this is like a Case field hockey. They were known for their defense, very low-scoring games this year. Thank you, Anthony Palladino. 1 minute to go in the first half. We'll take a break here, Swansea Community Network. Cougars with a good look now coming down the other way. And the shot is going to be a bit high. That was Figueredo, number 18. Junior Peyton Figueredo. And the ball was actually way. Kaylin Hayter's going to go grab that. And I'd be very surprised if Case can get this down the net to get a shot off in the time they have allotted in the half. But they're certainly going to try.
They give it to Gianna Botello.
If they're going to give it to anyone, you may as well give it to her and run.
She's been moving pretty fast. This is Serenity.
That was actually Serenity Gosson has most of it. And they're going to run out of time here. They're not going to be able to do anything.
Right.
And there's the horn. And that does it for the first half here. Groundbreaking day at Swansea Community Network, first ever broadcast lacrosse game. Carrie, 6-1 advantage for the Cardinals so far.
Incredible, Tyler. I am, like you said, so impressed. Like I said, with the quality of the girls, you know, just the great athletes, great team sports, great scholars. I can't wait to see what they do in the future, really. If today is any indication.
And we still have another half of lacrosse to play. We're going to take a break here at Swansea Community Network. As I said, 6-1 in favor of the Cardinals so far. We'll be back to bring you second half action soon. Welcome back for the start of the second half from this groundbreaking day at Swansea Community Network. First ever broadcast lacrosse game here at JCHS High School. And Carrie, it's going very well. It's 6-1 in favor of the Cardinals after 1 half of play here.
It is great. It looks like new coach Kendra Walters, a first-time coach Kendra Walters, has got a younger lineup coming in right now because of the score, I'm sure. As I see quite a few sophomores running out for defense here.
Which, of course, means that we have new names that we have to learn up here in the broadcast booth. That's the other thing. We used to broadcast football games, and sometimes if the score was out of hand, all these players would be coming in with very white and clean pants on that you'd have to learn new names of. But no, to give Kendra Walters the credit, she's just trying to spread the wealth, get these girls as much experience as they can, and be out there for their first win of the year. Not only was it 6-0, as Case actually with another drive coming down. I'll talk this in a second, and ball squirts away. I mentioned this earlier on, Carrie. I'm going to say this again. 6 goals by 6 different players.
Yeah, it's interesting to note, Tyler. No doubt, I was just going to say that these girls hail from all our different sports. I know we mentioned that a lot of lacrosse players are often field hockey players, but I've seen the track, I see volleyball, I see soccer. Girls that have played all those sports, so it's nice.
As the Cardinals drive again, stopped in front of the net, and
Ooh,
the ball was that, and it counts. I didn't know if that was going to count or not.
That's in, yep.
But it is in. That goal is going to go to number 17 for the Cardinals. That's Albritton.
Okay, yeah, there we go. She got her goal. She was upset last time. Freshman, Dara Albritton. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. Please contact Adam Kitchen. We'll correct that mistake at some point along the line. I think it might be Adara. Yeah.
Adara?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue the train with that. 7 goals scored by 7 different players. Here's a rundown of them. It was Kelsey Farrell with the first one, Abby Vallis, followed by Maeve Richardson, Julia Lopes. That was all in quarter number 1. Second quarter had Maura Richardson and Riley Doherty with the goals, and now Adara Albritton with the goal here. It's going to make it 7-1 in favor of the Cardinals as they look for their first win.
Yeah, incredible, Tyler, yep. Yeah, it's interesting to note they've played Dighton Rehoboth, Bourne, Somerset Berkeley, and of course today Old Colony, and they've got ahead of them, we've got BP and Fairhaven.
We're hoping to bring you the second Fairhaven game that's scheduled for May 20th right now here. at Just Face High School. Again, trying to bring you as many field hockey games as possible, but the schedule and the weather hadn't allowed that up to this point. But hoping to fix that, maybe keep that train going in the future as the Cardinals drive down again. This is going to be Richardson, who's a little taller than everybody else out there. She is a senior, I might add.
Except Emma Plant.
But we did talk about this a little bit, you're right, except for Emma Plant. We did talk about this before. It is the first time that they fielded a lacrosse team, but these girls are still just phenomenal athletes. They were just athletes in different sports before this, whether it's field hockey. You saw that before. We drew from field hockey. We drew from soccer. We drew from volleyball.
Track.
We drew from basketball. We drew from everything as they kind of come together here for this spring sport. And that's going to be knocked out in front of the very deep Case bench. You compare that, you look at the old Colony bench, they only have 4 girls over there, which again, it is benefited from the fact that there is no other second team for Case. Old Colony does have a varsity team. I have no idea what they're doing today. If they're just practicing or if
Julia Lopes. The soccer players, the speed is.
You can tell sometimes. I mean, and both of them go down as they fight for the ball. Lopes, and then that was number 11.
White ball, good, yeah.
For the Cougars is Elizabeth Buckman, a sophomore attacker. This is Emma Plant. I think they want Emma to score. That seems to be a trend. She wasn't actually allowed to score in field hockey. Her position didn't allow it.
EP coming up. Here she comes.
To Richardson. She missed it. They're going to go grab that now. Richardson to Richardson. One of the Carreros is here. I don't think the other one is on the roster.
Iris, just Iris, yeah. Yeah.
But both of the Richardsons, they were staples of the field hockey squad.
The sister squads, yeah.
The sisters, multiple sisters, although the two Plants.
And Avery Plant.
Avery and Emma Plant, who are unrelated but have the same last name, as we found out. Plant high. Well, the pass does not make it. They're going to send number 8 after it. That's Janaea Porras.
Abby Gauthier trying to get in here.
And a whistle.
Might be a penalty shot.
Official directing where to go. It is going to be a penalty shot. I'm curious who's going to end up with it.
Well, Gauthier had it when it did, so it looks like she's
going
to
to be Gauthier, you're right, coming out of there. Freshman Abby Gauthier. Hoping to hopefully play for 3 more years on this team. Official directing players where to stand, which is, I guess, pretty good thing to do as we learn the sport. I'm certainly learning as we go. Gauthier with a shot.
Oh, nice! It's unbelievable, Tyler. I think we're just really having a great day here with all the different options that Coach Kendra Walters has. How exciting is that?
She just took one step and rifled that in.
Yes, that was great. Really good. I love the way she's subbing players in and out. So awesome. Yep. Really great.
Coach Ellie Roberts out there adjusting the goggles of a player that's number 1, Serenity Gosson. 7-1, and still 7 different players have scored in the game. Farrell, Vallis, Richardson, Lopes, Richardson, Doherty, Albritton, and Gauthier now adds her name to the scoring book. It's extended. The Elite is extended 7-1. The one goal from the Cougars was Ashley Marcelino back in the second quarter.
This is like the start of the game is like a jump ball bully.
Yeah,
it's kind of has shades of the old bully start in field hockey, but yet it's a kind of a jump ball too, a little bit.
Yeah, there has to be some. Basketball they have the opening tip off and then they just do inbounds passes after that. This is a little more exciting.
No disrespect meant by that. I just haven't,
Oh, I understand that. Avery Plant, as I was talking about that, I was actually tying my shoe as well. It's a good save. I'm actually standing during this broadcast. I thought it was an exciting time to be standing. Carrie is seated, but I figured I could see the field a little
Well,
better.
I'm old, Tyler. There.
That's Case again with a long drive coming down the shot and score.
Wow.
Was that in?
Looked like it. That was.
And it's another one.
I believe so.
That's Farrell with her second goal.
Kelsey, yeah. She took that the length of the field practically.
I wasn't sure. Nobody really celebrated at all.
Well, we'll see if it goes back to center here. So
Everyone kind of stood around for a moment like they didn't notice.
yeah, I think it was a goal because he made the same.
No, the referee said goal.
Yeah, the same hand signals I would make in field hockey. Kind of similar.
And that makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
Riley Doherty's in for Emma Plant. Yeah, it's just been what great energy,
9-1. Previously, it was 8 different players that scored. That's the first girl
Double.
that scored the second goal, which is Farrell. As Kate strikes again, going the length of the field almost. The shot is high that time, though, unfortunately.
Riley Doherty.
As Doherty already has 1 goal.
Yeah, it's been, there's a lot of great energy today, Tyler, and I hope they continue with that. I was talking to Coach Walters a couple of days ago, and, she said, I hope everyone enjoys the season and stays. I said, I think they will. I think you've had a lot of quality, and as I look out here to see who's here, a lot of quality athletes that, and you're of course, the loss of Kaylin Hayter and Maeve Richardson will be big. They're 2 great players and great personalities. But, the good news is it's just 2 players. So as they continue to rebuild, by no means, obviously both Maeve and Kaylin are big contributors.
I mean, by virtue of winning 9-1 is going to, inspire having a good time. But, I mean, everyone is out there having a good time, at least on the case side of things. Right now, I can't speak for the Cougars. I mean, obviously losing is frustrating, but this case team has just this amazing energy right now. I was not at all expecting this.
Julia Lopes coming at us again, yeah. No, you're right, I know.
Richardson has it again as she's closely guarded by a Cougar player. Richardson still with the ball.
Looking for Janaea.
Dribbling motion. Yep. Ooh, tiptoeing along the line, but just staying in.
Oh, look at that. Nice pass by Julia Lopes to Emma Plant.
Plant doesn't shoot it, gets it out to Richardson instead. Plant and Richardson are most certainly the tallest players out there. Some of them wear their hair in that little bun at the top that probably adds an inch or 2 to the height, but Plant and Richardson are just, in general, quite tall. Richardson still has it, finally gets in, and that's to Porras now.
Yep, Janaea.
Porras.
I wonder, well, a lot of teams will play on turf as opposed to grass, too. So just like field hockey. Even softball they're playing on. See if she can kick it. That's legal.
Yeah, that's legal, yeah.
Yep.
Not in field hockey, it's not.
Correct. Correct.
Field hockey, I commented on this in broadcast back when we did games in September, but there's constant whistles going on. And if you weren't there with me, I'd have no idea.
Everything's illegal in field hockey.
Everything. It's just like everything's a violation.
I'm just kidding. Said as a 34-year veteran of coach, player, official.
Official, yeah. You've been around the sport for most of your life. And Old Colony now coming the other way, trying to get their first good look at it. Long drive. That's number 4 for the Cougars, Cassie Summer. Old Colony has not had many good looks at the net this game.
Mora struggling to grab that.
Mora, on the ground she goes. Gonna take a pause herself. You're laughing about it too.
She's hysterical. I miss her. She was a thrower for us on track, but decided to do lacrosse this year, and we're so happy for all the girls that they got this brand new program.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, we're sad to lose them, but.
Do you coach track?
Spring track, yeah, in winter some years. I'm so happy to see the Richardsons, who are both on track with us, having a great time out here. They're doing great. Emma Plant, Janaea Porras, a few.
As Case, again, looking really good as they drive. Look at the passing going on.
Julia, nice.
Right on the mark, that one.
Here comes Kelsey again.
And Cougars are there to break that one up. That's Vallis up there, number 10. She kind of backs in a little bit.
Yeah, Kelsey's quite...
Farrell might be might be their best player overall.
She really is. You got great movement, great ball control, great field vision. I'm watching her. She, cradles the ball. Yep.
Richardson has it now as they slow this down a bit. It's still 9-1 advantage as we play at the third, as we probably coming close. Thank you, Anthony Palladino. 30 seconds. The way that we do things here at Case High School, we just look at the time and we yell it out. Porus to Plant.
Yep.
Case has to get a shot off. They're running out of time. The air horn's going to be blowing pretty soon. Case really needs to get a look at that goal if they're going to shoot. One, and Plant is going to just dribble, and that's going to do it here for the third quarter. As the Cardinals extend the lead, Cougars do not score. In the quarter, it's 9-1 with scores by 8 different players for the Cardinals so far. The only girl that scored twice is Kelsey Farrell. And 1 quarter to go in this first ever broadcast of a lacrosse game. Swansea Community Network, we do thank you for joining. This is Tyler Clark along with Kerry McElroy bringing you this game. It's been a lot of fun to do so far, Kerry, I must add, both to watch, both the broadcast, both to just kind of see what goes on here is barring a complete collapse here in the fourth quarter. Case is going to be picking up their first victory of the year, which is excellent
awesome.
timing. Yeah.
No, I'm so happy, Tyler, to be here with you today. I agree. Just some great energy. Just look at the girls, I'm assuming the broadcast is still on. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, you can feel the energy out there, so.
I mean,
really
as we have are we zoomed in on the team right now? Or are we on, I'm just wondering, but everyone's out there and everyone's having a fun time right now. Even Old Colony is still all smiles over there. I mean,
it's a pretty day.
It's a nice day to be out. It's wonderful exercise. A lot of these players, last week was school vacation week, so some of them, well, when you play a spring sport, you're not really supposed to go away anywhere. You're supposed to stay and be with your team. And
we had a school trip here, though, so we probably a couple of players went away. A couple of players from track. We had a trip to Europe. So.
Oh, were you on the trip?
No, I wasn't.
You were not on the trip to Europe. No, they used to do that all the time. Here, usually the drama program would be part. Is the drama program again?
Drama in world language.
Drama in world language. It was a teacher, Neil Geronimo. There was a long-time student here at Case that learned under the great and the late Tom Marcello for a number of years here. That was always a Europe trip in the spring that they would go on. Usually the UK was the big one because they would go to some shows while they were out there just to see some real theater.
I'll bet, yeah. Did you go?
I did not.
No.
I've not been to Europe yet. That's the only other country I've been to is Canada. I had gone most of my life without ever going to Canada. I went to Canada 3 times in 4 months in the end of 2022. And
okay.
That's the last time I've been. Hoping to get back sometime. And we are just about ready here for the final quarter here at Case High School. Cardinals look excellent so far in this one. 9-0 lead. Sorry, 9-1 lead. They were up 5-0 before the Cougars finally scored. It was 6-1 at halftime. 3 more goals in the last quarter. 9-1. About 12.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, quite a crowd out here too.
There's a lot of fans in the stands. You can't see that here. I mean, I'm not saying that they're completely packed full like you would see at a football game, but we have a lot of fans.
A lot of watchers here. Yeah. Comes Riley Doherty.
I think she actually started going the wrong way.
Yeah, well, because they keep switching. I know.
They do keep switching. They had to point her to go the other way.
I've never seen a sport do that like that.
They switch pretty consistently here.
Basketball, you'd wait till. Oh, look at Emma Plant.
Here's Emma Plant.
Oh, there it is. Woo!
We've been waiting for that.
EP waits till the fourth quarter.
And Plant with the goal. That makes it 10.
Crazy.
For the Cardinals. 10-1.
That was a nice pass, too. That was a really great ball movement. Really, really nice.
Had the open look.
That's it.
Took it.
Riley made it happen. She came right out.
What that just shows, again, we've been over this, the depth. There's not too many players on that Case bench that have not been in this game.
No.
I haven't paid attention, honestly, but I'm looking at, like, Doherty's on the bench right now. She's played a lot. Abby Gauthier's on the bench. She's played a lot.
Abby Vallis is standing right here, too. Yeah.
Vallis is standing there.
Yeah.
Kaylin Hayter's on the bench. She's been in there pretty consistently. Al Britton's on the bench. She's been in there, and she scored before as well. So, again, depth really goes a long way. As we play the fourth and final quarter here. From Case High School, Tyler Clark along with Kerry McElroy. Director Adam Kitchen on the camera. Happy to bring you this cross game of this wonderful late April afternoon, as looks like a violation is called, I think. And yes, it was, and the Cougars will take over. Not a lot to say about the Old Colony offense. They haven't really had a chance to do anything. The Case has had the ball down on the other side of the field almost the entire game. The Cougars do have one goal from Ashley Marcelino back in the second, but that's it so far. As they look to get another shot off, they've had a few looks at the net, but have to give credit too to Avery Plant back there. She's made a couple of excellent saves.
It's almost like a little scrum. Do you see how they can kind of hip? It's like rugby. It's like a little rugby scrum. There's a little bit of rugby in this. There's a little bit of soccer. Kind of funny. You picking up on that?
And all of it is completely legal. You're allowed to do it. The Cougars with a good look as they have that ball kind of behind the net. It's Marcelino, who's the only one that scored so far. Actually, nope, that's number 4. I thought I saw 14. That's Summer, Cassie Summer, number 4. As she continues to dribble with it, looking to do something, anything with it. High pass, knocked away. He's scooped up by number 11, Elizabeth Buckman, for the Cougars. But that Case defense is right there again. Buckman can do nothing with that. She's going to flick it out, give someone else a different look at it, and it's knocked away and picked up by, looks like Richardson.
And actually, you said this earlier, Tyler, and I'm sorry I didn't correct you. It's 11 field players and a goalie. There are actually 12 players.
Oh, there's 12 players.
Yeah, and I was looking at that. And I'm like, I think that's. And I never got back to what we started. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, there's actually 11 field. So unlike field hockey, where there's 10 field players and a goalie, this is 11 field players. 11.
All right, so I was off by one. I must have missed it somewhere. I was looking at other kind of rules which happen.
That's okay. Yeah, no.
Porus the shot by a little high, which stunningly amidst all of this, Shania Porus has actually not scored yet.
No, I know.
It's just
I know. Janae Porus is. She will. She's a strong athlete.
And speaking of Porus,
she comes.
There she is there, right there,
right.
Looking for another look. He really wants that bat. He's going to bounce that in. It does not go.
She's like, come on, I haven't had my shot yet.
Now, here's a rule I don't know. If it bounces, does it count still?
I don't know. Probably. What? Yeah. Oh, looks like she's going to get a penalty shot.
I mean, it's like.
All right, here's her shot here. No pun intended.
I mean, other, sports, if it bounces and goes in the net, it still counts. It doesn't have to be on a line.
I would tend to say yes, but I'm not positive on that, though.
But, I mean, that ball doesn't really bounce much in the shot.
Oh! We got Janaea Porus adding to the roster.
Let's add one more.
This is just a big day for them. I'm so happy. Great crowd, nice weather.
That makes it 11 and this is the most important part of this all, Carrie, 10 different players have scored.
Outstanding.
Kelsey Farrell has 2 goals. Abby Vallis, Maeve Richardson, Julia Lopes, Maura Richardson, Riley Doherty, Adara Albert and Abby Gauthier, Emma Plant, and now Janaea Porras in on the action. That makes it 11-1 in favor of the Cardinals.
That's a testament to coaching and the quality of athletes that Coach Walters has gotten out. I mean, and Coach Roberts. Just a really, really great little squad today. Very impressed.
Cardinals will be enjoying their, we presume, their first victory of the year.
Well, we've got a great, history of girls' sports here at Case High School. Tyler, and I think this team is going to add to that.
Notable ones, but that would be volleyball and softball. A couple moments of glory for Case basketball as well.
Track,
Field, you can name anything.
Fields, exactly.
Girls' sports were notorious for always being excellent, especially when I was here.
And quite a number of state champions. So.
Richardson with the
here we go, Julia
pass.
Lopes.
That's Julia Lopes. It looks like they're going to just slow it down a bit. That pass is looking for Alberton. Got away. She did get it back. Case is definitely taking the foot off the gas pedal right now. You can just tell by this offensive approach. Is Emma Plant now with the ball. That's the shot saved. Knocked away by Antow. Gianna Botello also has been held scoreless in this game. That was a good look from her. There is that is. Well, I thought that was legal, but that's actually going to be
maybe get a little shove there.
Maybe a little bit of a hip check.
Yeah, on Adara.
And the Cougars driving down. They only have one goal so far. They want to make it 2. But that Case defense
Avery Plant can hold them here.
Not going to allow it, especially with Avery Plant back there. It's Buckman again, number 11 for the Cougars, but
coming back out.
Coming back out now for Case. The time is certainly, we got to be under 3 or 4 minutes remaining in the game by now. I'm just kind of guessing by when the quarter started, but around that time.
Oh, not paying attention. Here comes Izzy Catini. Scooping it up. Nice Kay Hayter, senior Kay Hayter, having her moment here.
Hayter up to Plant. Here goes EP. She's going to slow it down, though. Over to Albritton. Picks it up. Looking for Patella a little high. Serenity Gossens out there, too. Very few players on this roster that I have not said the names of. Some of them I don't think are even dressed for the game. And a penalty called. And the Cougars will actually take over now.
Yeah, overall, just a great day, Tyler. Here comes Iris Carrero now. Yep.
Haven't said much of Carrero in this game, and
no.
The whistle, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, other players looking at the roster haven't said the names of Cassidy Blair said once or twice, Sierra Rougeau, Alexandra Fiddler.
Alex Fiddler, yeah.
Marissa Guimar.
Guimar. I haven't seen Marissa come in. I know. I wonder if she's, maybe people are hurt. I don't know. Marissa was the thrower for me.
Freshman Audrey Archer is another one I've not really said much about.
Yeah.
Well, now their names have been said. Again, you know most of them anyway. Now you can tell them in school this week, hey, check out the broadcast for the game in a few days when it goes on the Swansea Community Network YouTube page or when it goes on local Channel 9 around here. 2 minutes to go. Thank you, Anthony Palladino. 2 minutes to go in the game as the Cougars finally with a good look as they drive down, only to be met immediately by the Case defense.
Kay Hayter broke up her momentum there.
Number 4, Cassie Summer. I've said her name a few times for the Cougars as the referee is going to instruct Summer what to do with the ball. Still 11-1 as we approach the end of this game. Just complete domination, honestly, from the Cardinals from the beginning to end. Farrell scored a matter of seconds into the game.
It was, I know.
And it just didn't stop from there on out.
In the first minute, she scooted right down, yep.
And the Cardinals.
Comes Gianna Botello.
They're going to have one final push here.
To Izzy Catini.
To score again. Catini looking to drive. Catini with a pass out. Looking for number.
Oh, there's Lex Fiddler.
There was number 6. That was Fiddler. That's the first time. I don't think she's really played much in the game.
All right, they're going to get the ball, though. Good.
Fiddler. Pass looking in. It's a little wide.
Catini's
going to try to scoop it up. Case has time for, it looks like, one more final push here to score as they're playing field hockey out there right now as they try to hit the ball with the sticks. 30 seconds according to Anthony Palladino. Do a quick goal breakdown when this ends. Be a lot of names to say, as I've been saying right along. I don't know if the Cougars will have time to get another shot off, especially now with that whistle.
Some defense by Gianna Botello here. Yeah, but see, they can't hit from overhead like that. They can only pop from underneath.
Try to pop from underneath.
Yeah. Guys can, but
and
nice job, gals.
There is the air horn.
That
and
was
look
great.
at the celebration going on as the Cardinals rush the field as they pick up the victory.
Yeah.
Kerry 11-1.
Crazy.
The Cardinals win.
Yeah.
Let me go do a quick point score breakdown for you. Is Kelsey Farrell, Abby Valles, Maeve Richardson, Julia Lopes, Maura Richardson, and Riley Doherty score goals in the first half. Second half, Adara Albert and Abby Gauthier. Kelsey Farrell, the only girl to score 2 goals in the game, followed by Emma Plant and Janaea Porras. And Ashley Marcelino with a lone goal for the Cougars back in the second quarter. A lot to take away from this game, Kerry. You had a promising future for this lacrosse team.
I think so too. I hope next year they do get a chance to bring in a varsity squad or have just a varsity squad. I think that would do them well. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope that the players return.
And we hope to bring you at least one more lacrosse game here at Swansea Community Network this year with a rousing ovation from the home crowd, and justifiably so. So on behalf of Director Adam Kitchen, this is Tyler Clark along with Kerry McElroy, wishing you a wonderful day as you witness this groundbreaking day at Swansea Community Network, the first broadcast game and victory for girls lacrosse, 11-1 over the Old Colony Cougars. So again, Tyler Clark, Kerry McElroy saying goodbye. Until next time, have a wonderful day.